Morning, guys. It is currently 3:31. Right there. Making my way downtown, going fast, and I'm northbound to Lake Mead. If you know what I'm talking about. Anyways, it is the 30th. It's 2 days before the UBTT 20TOC tournament. I'm just now leaving. I'm headed out from northern Arizona, headed about 4.5 hours west, I guess you'd say, to Lake Mead. So, got about a 5-hour drive here. 4.5? I don't know. See how many stops I make. Hopefully I don't drink too much coffee now. But, yeah, anyway, when we get there, it'll probably be daylight. So, we'll see you then. Doing today? It is Wednesday the 30th, day before Halloween. I got a surprise day off. Asked the boss if I could go out of town one day early, and she said yes. So much appreciation. We are out here at Lake Mead today again. Right, just left last week. We are back. Got 2 days of practice. I tried to get here a little bit early, but couldn't. But we are here. So our first spot of the day, I was going to run, see how long it was going to take to get to our juice. But right around the corner here, as I was pulling down the ramp, I saw a massive boil right outside the marina. So we're going to go give a 30-second run to go check that out really quick. But yeah, we'll catch up with you in just a minute. We got the morning thermals moving in. It's getting pretty choppy already. So we're going to go take a look. We'll be back in a minute. There. Oh my God, look at all of them. Look at all of them. Well, it's good to know. I'm pretty sure this area is off limits and I'm fishing out during tournament time, but we're just trying to see what flavor they are. It's really good to see that they're boiling and stuff. That's wild. Trying to see, they're probably all striper, I'd imagine. Oh Christ, there we go. Yeah, striper. Okay. Just trying to see if there's anything else like mixed in. Good Lord Almighty. And they are. There's some mixed. No. Oh my God, look at all of them. Alright, well, we can get out of here because there's about 5 billion striper, so. Healthy. Oh, got one or two there. Didn't want to make this a striper fest video, but first thing, we just had made it to cold front. Second thing, very good to learn that they are hitting on top. Means there was probably a big shad die off. I don't know if you guys know this or not, but a lot of times when it gets very cold very quick, if there's any shad that are in the shallows, that temperature change stresses them out and they start dying very, very fast, which can turn on a extreme topwater bite right after a cold front, especially in the summer and fall season. And I also did a little bit of looking. I trolling motored around and saw that there was a bass. Just like a couple weeks ago, the striped bass were in the shallows. The bass were they're hanging off just a little bit from the stripers. They're not mixed in the striper. They always hang around. So I just want to come over here. Like I said, this area is probably off limits during the tournament, but it was you can learn a lot just from little things like that. So we are going to take a buzz and we're gonna start figuring some stuff out. You might notice I'm fishing by myself right now.
Sylvan couldn't get the morning off, so she will be here later this afternoon. I don't think she'll have time to fish today, but we will definitely have time tomorrow. So yeah, we're gonna go play around. We're gonna go, I've just been looking at a whole bunch of maps all week, and we are going to see if any of the spots that we learned from a couple weeks ago, if I can replicate that time and time again. So we'll catch up with you once more, probably a lot more. Out. When I'm not recording, I start recording and I haven't had a bite. Oh, I don't want to catch them if I don't have to. I know they're here. I just saw a couple keepers. It sounds like they might be a big deal around these parts. I'm just learning how to catch the big ones. So we're gonna put the top water down. Caught it on a popper. I don't know if you guys can see it. I throw another top water just to see if they hit it. Frogs. I know you guys, if you guys fish frogs a lot, you already know this tip, but just going back real quick before we get going again here. See how the tails are really long? The shorter you, don't go too short now, but if you make them a little bit shorter, it's a lot easier to walk. So this came fresh out of the box. Alright, so we're going to give her a little trim. And then one more tip too to help it make it walk even better is you keep one side longer than the other. So you see how short that one was? We're going to cut her right about there. So, I don't know if you can see that, but one's longer than the other. Not by much, but it helps it walk a lot better. Right there. One on a drop shot, that 2.8 Kite. I don't know if you can see it, but there's a tail at that. They eating fish. We need you in the tournament. We need you in the tournament. What up, what up? Sorry we haven't been recording. If it's not one thing, it's the other, right? So my chest strap, there's a little nut that holds the GoPro on. That fell off, and I tried fishing with it for a little bit, but it just feels like the GoPro's gonna fall in the water. So you're gonna have to do the YOLO tech now. The one thing I forgot last time. But just a midday update. We're gonna let this guy go real quick. About 2 pounds. We get 5 of those, and then 1 kicker. It's gonna be a great day. Just a little midday update here. It's been rough. Where Sylvan caught her 5.5 pounder last week, still holds fish. We can probably limit out there. And then I've probably fished about 15 different coves, and I'm just looking for different structure, different facing banks. Most of the day I have been fishing the south facing banks. And now I've just made my first switch actually to a north-facing bank. And the reason why I wanted to hit this was because when the sun is on a pocket all day, even with a cold front, it means this water's warmer, which means the grass is greener. I would think anyway, right? Because it gets sun all day long. And so the second cove I came into on the north-facing slope, I caught 2 fish. And they were both about that size. I did have 1 bite right at the boat that was probably 3 or 4 that I never set the hook on. So fingers crossed she bites in a couple days. But they are being brutal right now. They don't want the jig. They don't want a top water. They don't want a spinner bait, even though it's so breezy out here. Caught that one on an underspin right over a point, just smallmouth classic, you know. I don't know if this thing's gonna be one on smallmouth. You're gonna have to find some largemouth, but if you can build a nice limit with some smallmouth and just go big fish hunting, you'd be all right. But Anyway, I'm gonna get back to it. I only got a couple hours left. Peace. Good morning. We have a special guest. She is back.
I'm back.
Good morning, everybody. This is day 2 of practice for me. Day 1 for Sylvan. Yesterday, kind of dialed something in. Looking to have something a little bit bigger. You know, I think we could have scratched out 12 pounds yesterday, but today, I don't know. We don't want to stick the big ones, but we need to stick a big one to see where they live. If you know what I'm saying. That's Noah Sanford's boat right there. What's up, bro? I watch your videos. You don't know me yet, but I'll send you a message. We're fishing this tournament this weekend. I met your buddy who's on the boat. He says he catches way bigger fish than you, bro. Just gotta find the big ones. Tournament day starts tomorrow. Not even a quarter.
I got excited. I was just... Why?
Right at the boat.
It was probably this big, really. The other one. That's what I'm gonna tell myself. I'm blaming my shoes for how much balance I don't have. I don't think I've ever worn these shoes on the boat.
Big bass.
Oh no.
Big smallie is what it is. Good Lord. Oh my God. Look at that smallmouth. 5-pound smallmouth. 4-pound smallmouth.
That's not good.
That's good, but not good.
That
Ugh, terrible landing job.
is crazy. I think that's the biggest one I've ever seen.
Oh my God. That's a terrible landing job. Dude, that is a big smallmouth. That might be a 5-pound smallmouth.
That's a big old smallmouth.
See what I'm saying? It sucks because if you don't catch the big fish on practice days, then you don't know if you should go to fish there. You know what I'm saying?
But then you catch big
But then you catch a big fish and you're like, dang it. But also it's fishing. How cool is that? That's probably 4.
I think 4-2.
4-2. So now we stop fishing here.
Yep.
Yeah.
Here.
4-2-1.
Oh! See? That's what happens. I'm the big bass
That's a
connoisseur.
big. That might be my PB smallmouth.
Yeah.
There we go. Come back tomorrow, please. We need you tomorrow. Practice did not go as well as I hoped it would have. I mean, it's rough because, like, when you show up 2 weeks before and you think you're onto something, you catch a couple 2-pounders, 3-pounders, you catch that big 5.5 slammer that Sylvan caught. It's really hard not to come into this tournament excited. Day 1 of practice was a little bit rough. Like I said, I could have scratched maybe 12 pounds if I really wanted to. But again, I'm talking about waters that aren't being pressured. No one is practicing yet. I was there a day early. And then day 2 came along and we tried to run. I mean, we kind of were locked into this area. It's our first time that we've been in there over 10 years. So we just kind of fish what we know. And you'll kind of see, you know, back in the practice video, it's really hard with practice. And if you guys are new to tournament fishing, if you are experienced tournament fishermen, you know, it's It's one of those things in practice where you can't get too down on yourself for catching a big fish in practice, because if you never catch that big fish, you don't know if others are there or if that was the only one. So you don't know if you should come back or leave. I want to just go over what I caught them in practice. Now, if I wanted to tell you, like all these other videos want to tell you what they're going into, what the game plan is, and they have so many baits. I want to narrow all that down for both you and I. I can't tell you what we threw. Anything from jigs to graws to hula grubs to single tail to tubes to glide baits to swim jigs. I mean, I just can't tell you. So I'm going to tell you what I caught them on. And obviously it didn't work out for us. I'm going to tell you what I caught them on. And then just kind of go from there. But during practice, you guys saw in the last video, if you did watch, if you haven't, go back to my channel. It's the only video I've come out with so far, but caught him on a top water. It was on a Lucky Craft Sammy. We tried a jaywalker today. It did not work. But what did most of the damage for me was actually, I did get a couple little ones. If you guys just want to catch fish, this is a killer. The single tail grub. Just put that on a 1/4 ounce jig head, throw it out, let it hit the bottom. Don't let it hit the bottom. You will catch fish on it. Sometimes you do catch a big one, but if you want to just keep fish honest, use a single tail grub. But in practice, most of what did the damage was an underspin. Again, on the last video, I used underspins with different color blades on the bottom. This one's actually by Phenix Baits. What I do like about them is that if you do email him and you go to his website and you're looking for an underspin or a spinner bait, they do a whole bunch of stuff when it comes to blades. So copper, do you want it hammered, nickel, gold? You can tell them what size if you want to go in depth with it. The underspin was a major factor, and then I wanted to add a little bit more flash around the grass, and a spinner bait. This spinner bait, 3/8 ounce, small blade on the front, bigger blade on the back, but hammered. Now on highly pressured lakes like Lake Mead, Lake Mojave, Lake Havasu, anything you can change that's the slightest bit different gives me a little bit more confidence. I don't know if it works or not. It just gives me more confidence that I know this fish haven't seen as much. Paired with a Kitech trailer, skinny one, 4-inch. Just something I love. Whatever you're confident in. I mean, even this guy would work. But if you talk to all the other guys, if you watch all the other videos, they always want to say you want to use something contrasting. So a darker blue, clear, silver flash with a western shad color right there. But Sylvan caught him mostly on a bomber. This one is a fat-free fingerling. It's a $3 special in most places. I started using them because they typically run true out of the box. If they don't, it's $3. But I've had very good luck on that color right there. Practice went down the way it did. We are hoping we can replicate big fish patterns. Oh yeah, that big smallie I caught was caught on that guy right there. Just slow rolling in about 8 foot of water, right around the rock point into a flat area. So let's see what tournament time shows for us, and we'll catch up with you pretty soon. I'm sure of it. It's really hard to slow down, stop, record, talk when you know you have a time limit at the end of the day. So I do apologize. I am going to do my best, my darndest best, to get more shots with the Yellowtech, with the chest strap. Hopefully get a couple for the windshield, maybe even the graph. Just bear with me as I'm still messing with the video.